Dude, go for it, man. I don't give a shit, man. Fucking
okay.
Ain't my house. But if you were, I mean, there's a garage for that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 51st episode of Tripp Smokepit. Tonight we have returning guest Johnny Smith, who, among other things, hosts two pretty fucking sweet fucking podcasts. One, Inquisitive Minds, where he picks people's fucking brains, and that's everywhere between people who are experts in their fields all the way to dumbasses like me. And then he's got Murder States of Mind, which he hosts with our buddy Dan Brady, and that's all about serial McMurderers. Maybe not McMurderers, but you know what I mean. Anyway, what's up, Johnny? Fucking, we were just talking on your show and decided to bump it over to mine because round two, drunk shenanigans, fucking, and I do not care for professionalism over here.
Johnny Smith, aka Mr. Puerto Rico, very appropriate for episode 51. No, I'm doing great, man. Everything's firing on all cylinders. You know, just keeping pushing forward with everything, trying to stay relevant. Just had the Roast War Championship. I was the main event. I ended up winning that.
Oh, where was that at?
That was at the Tony Dale Pub in Robinson, PA, right outside of Pittsburgh.
Okay. Yeah. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I forgot to mention that he's one of the bigger stand-up comics in the greater Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, fucking Erie to Chicago to New York fucking area. Fucking, I don't know. What's your range? What's your range for where you go out to fucking
I mean, I try and go all over. Chicago, Indiana, New York City, West Virginia, you know, all over. Detroit. I actually got booked for a show in Detroit next month, and then the Roast War Championship show.
So how's I know how a roast works on TV, you know, with it all fucking cut up and they're gonna fucking like cut out the fucking like nasty shit. Like, how does that work in real life in a fucking like dirtbag fucking club fucking underneath a fucking motorcycle garage?
Well, I gotta say, shout out to the promoter Brad Regler, who runs a hell of a promotion, because he actually brings and assembles a steel cage and has it set up so the roaster inside a steel cage. There's buzzers with timers. There's strippers that come in to be ring girls. It's a very good production, but it's essentially we both get a minute for each round, and we get to use it when we're done telling our joke. We hit the buzzer. The time is on him, like a chess match.
Okay.
For round one, round two, and round three. Now, round 1 and 2 is judged by the judges. And I'll say quote unquote judges because 99% of the time it's going to go to round 3. Bang for your buck, people want to see. And round 3 is done by audience vote.
Oh, nice. That's the way to do it. Okay, so two questions on that though. Without, you know, a whole, fucking, I don't care if you give a whole story or not, fucking, or just short it down, but whichever one you feel like doing. What is the deepest cut you've given someone during a roast, and what's the deepest cut you got?
I'll be honest, the deep cuts I got, I guess I'll start out with, I don't really get any deep cuts. You know, I'm kind of Teflon. They always take a shot at my dead wife.
Yeah, but you take shots at your dead wife. So, I mean.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So it's like it's never anything that hits me hard. And like, I'm not fooling anybody. I know what I look like. So when they shoot at my appearance, I'm like, whatever. You know, I'm not shit. You can't say shit that I don't already know. As far as deepest digs, I don't know. I try and attack everything they love. Like, so, you know, whatever they're passionate about, I'll attack their career failings or their life shortcomings or relationships or their kids. I'll make them out to be pedophiles or, you know, abusers, whatever.
Has anyone ever come at you like, fucking, yeah, we can say what we want about coronavirus, but we don't have to worry about you infecting anybody if the zombie apocalypse comes out?
They have not hit me with that one. Someone said my teeth were bashed in so I could suck dick better.
Oh, well, speaking of that though, so like your teeth are gone because of a genetic issue, but like, when are you getting the fucking grill? And I don't mean like that rapper bullshit. I mean like the fucking front end of a fucking 1972 Pontiac Beaumont, just right up in the face.
I don't know, man. I'm trying to get it done. This year's coming to an end quick. Within the next 12 months, I'd like to get some teeth going, but it's an expensive process. I'm going to have to pay all cash, and it's going to be a lengthy process because I'm going to have to get all the teeth out, but then give it time to heal, like 6 to 8 weeks. And I think I'm going to take a 2-month hiatus from putting out my podcast and doing stand-up.
Yeah.
Just because I don't like I don't want to be seen. I know I'm not vain, but I don't want to be seen with that shrunken mouth. I don't like that shit. So I'll try and have enough.
Redneck granddad.
All my family is the way I'll describe it.
Okay.
So what I'll try and do is have enough episodes recorded so they'll still be coming out.
Okay.
I just won't be doing fresh ones. I want to get it done within the next 12 months. I fear for people once I have teeth, though, baby. Woo-hoo-hoo.
And you'll be able to bite.
Oh, I can bite them now. They never see it coming. You got to hit them with what they least expect, and no one's expecting me to bite them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fucking strike from the shadows. Be all fucking McNinja about it.
That's right. McNinja, I'm in there snacking on nuggets waiting to ambush you with these fucking shakes.
And that's before the milkshake.
Yeah.
Sorry, the ice cream shake is broken, but I'm not.
Yeah. No, but I love roasting. You know, it's not really. I know, like my whole thing with getting in there, I want to be a little intimidating. You know, I want to sound mean because that's what a roast is. So I have you could perceive something from watching just roasts, but it's nothing ever personal with anyone in there. But I make it sound super fucking personal.
Yeah, well, I mean, because like most of these comics that you're doing this against, like, and forgive me if I'm wrong, but you have a whole fucking range of like, I know that guy all the way to like, I met that dude 5 fucking minutes ago.
Yeah. Like Matt Light, my last opponent. You know, we've met a couple times, but we're in different points in our career. We're not in the same circle, so it's not really like we really knew each other. But he's a good guy. And honestly, you know what? I haven't mentioned this on my podcast. He was one of the most professional opponents I faced.
How so?
As far as like communication, being clear, discussing things behind the scenes, you know, hey, John, blah, blah, blah. It's nothing personal. You know, like, look, this is for this. I understand. Let's do our thing. Just being reasonable the whole time and still putting out good like threats and talking shit to each other. Like we called each other from our own podcasts. Yeah. And he told me to kill myself and shit like that. I told him quit fucking ducking me, pussy. Like, you know, just he was very, very professional, and I really enjoyed working with him. All right. Everyone else, and this is not a shot at anybody personal. Everyone else in the scene, at least as far as I've come across, has been very amateur about it.
Yeah. All right. Well, so what you're saying is like good for you, professional working, but then also good for the audience. And then third thing, Waffle over on fucking Twitch. Yes, we do accept questions. Just leave them in the fucking comments and we'll get back.
Yes, I love questions. The thing about Matt Light is he went in there and that was his whole thing from the beginning is it doesn't matter what happens as long as we put on a good show. And it was beautiful to like work with someone with a vision like that.
That's cool. Did you guys go get a beer afterwards? Because like that's the fucking crown on the cake as far as I'm concerned.
We took a shot together.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Yeah,
although you don't drink much though.
I don't, and I had 2 shots that night just to loosen up.
Nice. But on that though, friggin' you're also hosting. Is it just the 2, or are you doing all 3 podcasts still?
We have not done What in the History in forever.
Yeah, although that's more of a dance thing, right?
No, that was. I think there was one episode that we didn't record together, but from there we did an episode. We had great chemistry. He did another episode with another guy and said, "Hey, do you want to be a permanent host?" And I think from episode 4 on, I was just co-host. Okay. But it was a different format because with Murderous States of Mind, we're both familiar with the murderer, and we're bringing the topic to you and discussing it amongst each other. With What in the History, he was essentially teaching me a new subject.
And you're like the reaction guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is a lot better format than just, I'm going to tell you about this thing that happened back in the day, and you're going to listen.
Yeah. Well, the thing is with Murderous States of Mind, too, I get all stoned up and worked up and just go in and start screaming and have a ball.
Yeah, no, fucking that is one of the things I appreciate it because like Dan will say something and Dan will be trying like crying to be fucking serious. Yeah. And then fucking Yoko who's like, well, what you don't know about Bigfoot is his pubic hair is made out of fucking ropes. Like the army harvests that, which is why Bigfoot's cryptid. It's not real, or as far as the public knows, because they're harvesting Bigfoot pubes.
Now, I will say Dan's a very funny guy, but in our dynamic, he's definitely the straight man. And I will say, if you know Dan, that's another inside joke as well. Yeah. But even my mom will listen to an episode and tell me that Dan is so goddamn serious because he'll try and present something serious, and I love just stonewalling him with bullshit.
Yeah. No, and Dan's a great fucking dude too. And it is weird because like if you're talking to him, like he'll be serious for a minute and then like fuck off for an hour, and then like you'll have like stone cold seriousness again for like a minute and then fuck off for an hour unless you're doing something with a microphone, in which case
I love Dan to death. Dan's one of my best, closest friends. You guys, you want to check that out, by all means. That guy asked if we accept questions and then never asked any fucking questions.
That's the fucking pain of a live show, man. I mean, if I wasn't banned on Facebook right now, there'd be a few more there'd probably be a whole fucking sidebar fucking conversation going on. But you share a fucking meme 2 years ago and then you get burnt for it fucking last month and you're still on a fucking ban.
Hey, Mark Zuckerberg, quit fucking ducking me.
Oh God, seriously, man. Fuck.
He can get roasted too.
I don't know if he can though, because like, I mean, you could like make those insults, but he wouldn't get it because he's not a human being.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. But I would put on a good show roasting his fucking ass.
Yeah.
That's, and I hate to harp on it, but like that's the part of comedy that I love the most and that I'm most comfortable with is roasting.
Just burning people.
Yeah, like I have so much fun doing it. I grew up in that environment where all your friends would just talk relentless shit about each other. And like, so it was so natural for me. It's my favorite place in comedy.
Yeah, that is a good point that I don't think fucking a lot of people fucking really equate to, because we all know that like if you have good friends, nobody says anything nice to your face,
Yeah.
And then like it's just putting two and two together to say, oh, okay, somebody's gonna do this on stage now.
Yeah, some of the things I've said to my friends are so fucking relentless. It's ridiculous, and it's funny. Because, obviously the good friends give it right back to you.
Yeah.
And somebody that doesn't know us all that well will hear them give a shot about like my wife or something.
Yeah.
And think I'm going to lose my fucking, like my buddy, one of my best friends. I won't drop his name because he doesn't want any publicity, but he actually came to the roast and he doesn't really come out to many events of mine. And he said at one point, he thought I was going to punch the dude in the face because of one of his jokes, because of my body language and everything. I was like, oh, that's hilarious. I mean, but that's great because like I want to give that tension feeling.
The presentation.
Yeah. But there was never a threat, but I just thought it was funny. Someone that didn't know the comedy dynamic that well thought, oh, shit, he's about to hit him.
Well, what was the joke?
Oh, I don't know. Something about her being dead. So I'm disappointing her twice. I don't know, some bullshit.
Oh, that's kind of unoriginal.
They all after like what are we coming up on? November. It'll be 4 years now.
Yeah.
And I've been a comedian going on almost 3 years, and I have to have heard every goddamn dead wife joke there is. Like I've been in over a dozen roasts.
Yeah.
There's no fucking dead wife joke that I'm gonna hear and be like, oh, that's so creative.
Excuse me. Yeah. Same thing with like the dead baby jokes. Like those were great in middle school.
Yeah, exactly. I had a book called Totally Tasteless that I bought at a yard sale, and it was just a compilation by this lady of the worst jokes possible, and it was categorized. There was excuse me, blacks, Jews. There was a dead baby section, blind people, like handicapped people section. It was all types of shit. But like, yeah, the dead baby jokes were hilarious when I was 13.
Yeah. But then like there's like 10 variations on that joke. Like, and that's it.
Now, Tripp, I hate to tell a joke that'll get me canceled.
Oh, fuck it. Why not?
But it's not my joke, but it's a joke out of that book. And it's been my favorite joke for over 20 years.
Okay. What's that?
What's the difference between a pizza and a Jew?
Pizzas don't scream when you put them in the oven?
Yes, and that is my all-time favorite joke.
Huh.
Yeah,
Again, it's like, yeah, that was funny in third grade, but you've heard it so many fucking times.
like it's not something that makes me laugh out loud, but just I think it's one of the best jokes I've ever heard, and it's always stuck with me.
Why is that, you wonder?
That I don't know. Like, because I love the Jewish people. I know the Holocaust was terrible. Like I'm not a sympathizer at all. That was a joke I heard when I was like 12 or 13. I read it, and like it's just been burned in my mind right there at the top all the time.
And then like also, just for the viewers, fucking on the last show we did about an hour ago on his thing, we had like a good 5-minute anti-Nazi rant. I'm not going to reiterate it here, but if you want to hear it.
Yeah, we're definitely not pro-Nazi by any sense of the word.
Yeah, well, we've already had that rant today, so that's why we're not going to have it here. Just for repetitiveness.
I agree. A lot of people say that, like, they'll come out and say Nazis are bad. Like, it's like,
oh, really? Is the sky blue too?
Fucking strong take you got there, bud.
Well, that's kind of like the whole fucking thing to go off of, we were talking about Afghanistan on your show too, which I don't really want to go too deep into here because if they want to listen to that, they can go there too. But it's like, fucking everybody has that hot take. It's like, well, the CIA gave guns to the Mujahideen in the 80s. It's like, yeah, we all know, dude. Like, is that your best point? Because we know.
Yeah, it's all they say common knowledge. Like it's so stupid to me. It's so remedial. It's like if I walked up to you and screamed, if you use bread on either side of your meat, it's called a sandwich. It's like, yeah, we fucking know, dumbass.
Yeah. Although, fucking, if you want a little bit of a fucking mind fuck, so I'm not sure how familiar you are with the history of color, but different cultures see color a different fucking way. They have different names for what they would identify as a color. Like in Japan, up until like 20 or 30 years ago, green and blue were the same color as far as identification goes.
So we're talking about red, blue, green, yellow, like colors.
Yes.
Okay.
So like because they didn't have I forget which one they didn't have, but they identified blue and green as the same color. And there's a lot of parts in Africa that still do the fucking same thing. And in any culture, if you look at it, they have a name for red first, and then I think green or blue, and then they might get the other one, but normally they just stay with green and then like yellow, orange, purple, and all that shit. But blue, the color blue as a concept is a relatively new idea. So like the ancient Egyptians and the Chinese had blue, right? But besides that, like other cultures didn't. Like they just didn't have a word for it. Because or I'm sorry, to go back into it further, like even if you read like ancient Greek fucking like shit like the Odyssey or the Iliad or whatever, they describe the ocean as being as red as wine because they didn't have a word for blue. And if you think about it, especially in like Europe or anywhere else where you're not by the ocean, blue doesn't exist. Like there aren't any blue plants. There are very, very few blue flowers. The only reason that we're as familiar with blue flowers as we are now is because of farming and like I like this, let's make a lot more of it and then grow a lot more and distribute it type shit. And then like if you live by the ocean, the ocean's not blue. Like if you're at the beach and you're looking at the water, it's brown or green, and the sky is almost never blue. Like if for a blue sky, it has to be day, summer, and you have to have a clear sky. So half the time the sky's black with a bunch of dots in it. During like sunrise and sunset, it's pink or orange or red, and then a lot of the times, like where we get a lot of our words from, with the what is it? I forget what you call it. The like Indo-European fucking language group, where those cultures originated in the Caucasus and moved out against towards like India and Europe. You don't really have or you have a lot of inclement fucking weather, so most of the time the sky's gray. So you wouldn't have a reason to come up with the concept of the color blue.
Tripp, you're kind of fucking my head up with this.
Yeah, dude, you want to know something else? Fucking up until I think it was the late 1700s or the early 1800s, there wasn't a way to make a synthetic blue paint. So all the blue paint that you see from like I want to say like realistically like 1770 and back, all that paint had to come from blue rocks called lapis lazuli, which is something that you mine out of Afghanistan. Really the only place to fucking get it. You have to crush that up to fucking make the color blue, which was so fucking expensive that pound for pound, blue dye was more expensive than gold was, which is why a lot of churches in Europe, especially from like the Renaissance forward, the inside of them were all painted blue instead of gold, because it's like, look how much money we have. We can paint shit blue. Those fucking pussies over there with their gold, those poor fucks with their gold. No, we got blue.
Huh. That's wild, man. I had no fucking clue. So what do you make of like blue jays or the blue-footed booby?
The blue-footed boobies that live in those like weird island off the coast of Antarctica.
I'm pretty sure it's extinct at this point as well.
I don't think they're extinct.
I thought they were extinct.
But either way,
I'm thinking of the dodo bird.
Oh, the dodo's extinct. But either way, like say with the blue-footed booby, fucking yeah, the feet on some weird bird that lives on a continent that no one's been to. Yeah, let's give that a fucking name. Or like blue jays, which are like a North American thing. Why would Europeans have a fucking, or Asians or Africans at that point have a fucking for it?
Boom. Here we go. Here's where it goes off the rails. What about pit bulls? They didn't have any blue-nosed pit bulls?
That's the thing though. Are pit bulls actually fucking blue? That's kind of like calling someone a redhead. Their hair's not red, it's orange. It's actually kind of fucking brownish, but we're calling it red because it's different. And if you have like an actual redhead, it's bright orange, not red.
I mean, yeah, that's very true. My mind doesn't know how to process this, really.
Yeah, dude, it's fucky shit, man. Don't think about that stoned. You'll fucking like go into existential dread.
Everything I think about is stoned.
Oh, well, I'm sorry for the experience. I'm sorry for keeping you up tonight.
No, blue is a concept. Okay. I mean, I guess there's no blue foods, really.
No. Oh, and then another thing, too, is the actual, like, pigment blue only exists in a flower and then I think, like, 2 butterflies. And then everything else, they're a different color, but because the way that, like, their, feather material or whatever it is made out of, it traps all the light, except for blue and reflects blue off. However, if you crush it up, it turns red or orange or green or something because it's not that pigment.
Huh. I always thought purple was the expensive dye.
No, the reason that people think that purple is like I guess expensive is because that's what Roman heads of state wore to identify that they were the guy in charge or the ruling class or whatever.
Look at me now, just the common man rocking blue like it ain't even shit.
Right?
Like, look at my ancestors. Y'all motherfuckers could see me now. Just wearing blue willy-nilly.
Dude, no, there's a lot of shit with that though too. Like, man, fucking like think of not even your house, the fucking room you're sitting in right now. Fucking throw that back fucking 150 fucking years. You have a light in there? You have something to alter the fucking way it feels, like the weather? Like, are you heating it up? Or are you cooling it fucking down? You got fucking like as much tobacco as you could fucking smoke right next to you. Like, yeah, you're connected to the fucking wizard right now. Like, fucking, there's an insane amount of shit within fucking 5 feet of you that was unfucking imaginable 150 years ago.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, fuck, even 50 years ago, this would blow people's minds.
Yeah.
What are we in 2020? So not 2021. So 1971. Oh my God. Get somebody in here to be blowing a fucking load.
Yeah.
Just with like here, watch this fail video. Watch this clip. Watch this Godzilla trailer from Godzilla versus Kong.
Oh, did you see it yet? I haven't seen it. Is it out?
Yeah. It's been out for a while. I've seen it. It's pretty dope.
Nice.
To be fair, it's the only Godzilla movie I've ever watched.
Really?
It's the only King Kong movie I've ever watched too.
Dude, Godzilla movies are fucking weird, man. Because like there's like 50 of them. I think there's more Godzilla movies than James Bond movies.
Jesus, I think not to get off on a tangent. Another James Bond movie coming out. Who gives a fuck?
I mean, I'll see it when it hits Netflix or whatever. But Godzilla movies are fucking tricky too, because like sometimes it's like we know it's a Godzilla movie, fucking he's gonna come out, he's gonna destroy the city. All right, there you go. Or there's gonna be some monster that's destroying shit. Godzilla's gonna come save us. I saw one though. I didn't know it was a Godzilla movie till halfway through it. Fucking I forget what it was called, but Godzilla wasn't in the fucking title. I was just like, oh, that sounds like a cool movie. Aliens invade the Earth, right? And they fucking destroy everything. And it's up to this like submarine crew to like get rid of the aliens. And the whole time it's kind of like run silent, run deep, like weird submarine movie, like except for, you know, with aliens. And then like halfway through the movie, they nuke the North Pole because, you know, they have nukes on the sub. And you're like, why are they nuking the North Pole? And the North Pole melts and Godzilla comes out of the ice. I'm like, holy fucking shit.
That's great. Holy hell. Yeah, I've never gotten in any of those old monster movies like that or anything. Even you know, onto the horror side, like the old Bela Lugosi or fucking Frankenstein, or excuse me, monster, Frankenstein's monster or werewolf. I was never a fan of any of that shit.
Yeah, it's hit or miss. Like you have to like bad movies to enjoy a lot of those.
It's like a lot of those old horror classics that people like. I can't watch them anymore.
Yeah, and then when they make the remakes, they're not fucking good either. There was a good one though called it was either Dracula 1972 or 1973 or something. It was one of the old Christopher Lee Dracula movies, and Dracula wasn't like originally the main bad guy in it, but like what happened was there is this like you know, group of fucking like teenage fucking like rebel instigators or whatever, and they go find this old abandoned church and have a black mass because they're trying to like raise Satan from hell to like rain terror on the earth. But instead of Satan, they like fuck up the ceremony, and Dracula comes out and like hunts them all down and kills them, and it's like, all right.
Oh shit! You know what was? You know, it was my favorite genre back then was those zombie movies,
like
Night of the Living Dead, Return of the Living Dead, Return of the Living Dead 3, like all that crazy, goofy zombie shit. I really dug. To be fair, too, I got started out early because the original Night of the Living Dead was filmed in Pittsburgh, and the two main characters were named Johnny and Jessica. They're brother and sister. I have a sister named Jessica.
Oh, fucking even better. Yeah, no. One of the lines from that, I had a nightmare about. I'm gonna tell you about the nightmare. And then also I adapted that nightmare and put it into one of my books, but I won't go about the book part of it. But in the nightmare, excuse me, a dream I had, I was, do you know who Karen Gillan is?
Yeah, she's the woman who plays Nebula, right?
Yeah. Anyway, so in my dream, I was married to her, but she was dead. Like, so I buried her that day, and then like the dream started off kind of like in Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven, where I'm like sitting in my like, you know, like library, like I have a book open, but I'm not reading it. I'm just like zoning out while the fire, you know, goes, and I'm all depressed because I buried my wife that night. And then somebody knocks on the door, and I get up and I open it. There's nobody there, and I sit down. There's some like flashes of lightning. There's another knock on the door. Open it. Nobody's there. You know, and then like there's some more like lightning, and then like instead of a knock at the door just slams open. But she's standing there, and she's like, when there's no room left in hell, Karen shall walk the earth. And I was like, holy fuck. And then, you know, because her dreams, it bounces to this next point where we go to get ice cream, because like, she's not a zombie. She's just like alive again. But while we're eating ice cream, she like slides me a gun and goes, hey, listen, I'm not expecting to go feral, but if I do go feral, you got to put me down. So I need you to keep this gun on you at all times. And I'm like, I wake up, I'm like, what the fuck was that dream about?
Yeah, man. Holy shit. That's very detailed. I don't really remember my dreams much anymore.
You know, a lot of them I don't, but like sometimes you get struck with one. You're like, what the fuck was that?
I can't even say what my dreams are about. I'm just exhausted for sleep all the fucking time.
That's the thing.
Probably don't allow myself to get any REM sleep.
Well, I mean, at least you're not listening to REM. Actually, do you know what? Fucking, if you listen to them, you probably would sleep more, just because, like, fuck, dude, if I go to sleep, I don't have to listen to this shit.
Deep cuts here. Shots on REM. What type of music is that considered?
Alternative rock, I guess. Like 90s pop rock.
I was never into that either.
No, I mean, like, few and far between. Like, I am one of the people that will say that I do listen to everything. I don't listen to a lot of everything, but like in any given genre, like I probably have at least 2 albums of it.
Okay. I don't know. Like, I like the Eagles. I like Frank Sinatra, I like Motown, but outside of that, it's only like hip hop.
Okay, so speaking of the Eagles, I'm going to take it that you've seen the Big Lebowski.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay, so for people listening at home, if you haven't seen the Big Lebowski, there's gonna be a lot of context you're not gonna fucking get. But I had a buddy over about a month ago, and he hadn't ever seen the Big Lebowski, and I didn't figure this out until he'd been here for 2 days. And most of the stuff that he was saying, for whatever reason, I was just replying with Big Lebowski quotes. And sometimes, like, yeah, sure. But other times, he's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like, we were talking about fucking, I think Star Wars or fucking Disney or fucking something along those fucking lines, and that got into fucking politics or something. And he brought up the fucking Nazis because all the fucking conversations go there. And I said, friggin', say what you want about the tenets of National Socialism, at least it's an ethos. And he's like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, Walter? And he's like, what the fuck is Walter? I'm like, you've seen this movie, right? He's like, no. And I was like, oh, okay, all right.
Did you show him the movie?
No. We didn't have time. We were running around doing shit.
Oh man, that's a great movie. I love that goddamn movie.
Yeah, it's golden. Fucking underappreciated. What's fucking great about that movie though is nothing happens in it, and like there's no character growth at all. Like everyone at the end of the movie is exactly who they were at the beginning of the movie.
Hi,
hey.
Cuddling kittens.
Yeah,
no. What's his name? John Goodman was my father figure growing up. Dan Connor was who raised me, but I love that movie because I loved his intensity the whole time. Yeah. Like that, and you know what? I have a shirt with his face on it that says amateurs, and I get more compliments on that than I do anything I've ever worn in my life.
Well, speaking of intense John Goodman, have you seen the second Cloverfield movie?
Where he's like got them in this fallout shelter in the basement or whatever. Yeah, I saw that. What was that called?
It was some number and then Cloverfield Lane. I don't remember the number. It was like 42 or 23 Cloverfield Lane. But yeah, they were in a alien invasion or whatever monster shit it was, and the whole thing was in this fucking fallout shelter, and it was John Goodman. I don't remember who the dude was, and then the woman who played Ramona in Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, I saw that movie.
Yeah, and they're just like locked down there, and John Goodman's this fucking psycho, and like it was a genuinely uncomfortable movie to watch just because like that dude's weird, but like he's such a good fucking actor that he sells it because like I don't think he's a weird asshole in real life, but he fucking sold it in that.
Yeah, no, and turns out spoiler alert, he was right all along.
Yeah, because at the end of the movie she goes out and then like aliens or monsters or whatever just killed Dallas.
Oh, thank you. That's my torch lighter. It's from I believe a creme brulee set from the 70s. It's pretty dope.
Wait. From like a reproduction or like
no. Like a crackhead came up to me on the street like 2 years ago and had a creme brulee set from literally the 70s and was like, "Yo, I got this for $5," and I saw the torch, and I was like, "Oh, fuck yeah, I'll take that for $5."
Nice. I think it looks like a gun.
Yeah. No, it's got a good handle on it. It's sturdy. I really like it.
Nice. Is that a suction cup or just a stand?
Just a stand, just a base.
I don't know why they need a suction cup, but like
I feel like I'm on one of those late night programs selling knives. What do we got coming in here? We got a genuine 1970s reproduction torch. What do these go for? $69.90. Oh, looks like we're having a discount buyout, y'all. We're selling them for $29.99. And right now, if you order, we'll send you a butane 2-ounce spill. Like, what the fuck is?
We're getting them for $5, but with shipping and handling, fucking it comes up to $20. But we're selling them to you at a loss. You just have to call the number on your screen.
Time is limited. We're running low on quantity. What's that? We have a caller. Caller, you're on the line. Yes, this is Jim. Hey, Jim, how you doing today? Well, I'm doing much better now that I got my butane lighter. Well, Jim, what are you going to use this for? Well, there's all type of camp. See, Jim, that's what we're talking about. We'll get your credit card information with one of the guys in the back. Guys, Tune in. They're saying our shipment is going out fast. You're going to want to take advantage of this because once these are gone, I don't know when they're coming back.
Dude, I love the fucking like fake scarcity in that. It's like once they're gone, they're never coming back. It's like, dude, you got a whole warehouse of those and you're not selling. I'm going to buy it at the dollar store in 6 months for 48 cents. But
all the knives they sell on those late night shows, if you go to Rogers, Ohio, there's thousands of tables with those same fucking knives.
And for people who haven't been to Rogers, is it just Saturday and Sunday or is it an all week thing?
I think it's just Friday.
Okay. Well, anyway, it's this huge fucking flea market. Like it's like acres fucking big. And they got people coming in all the way from fucking like Illinois to fucking Eastern Ohio to fucking sell shit on the fucking
They have an animal auction too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's also all the farming shit that goes into it too. Like that's a good day spender there.
Yeah. That was my first introduction to it was the auction because like I grew up in in the city, but my family is very rural. And we used to take animals out there for the auction, and that place was dope from the beginning. But they sell all types of shit, man. I love it out there. It's amazing. It is like a hoarder's dream.
Yeah, no, me and my dad used to go there when I was living in Ohio, just because it was like about an hour and a half away, and it was like that's something to do with the fucking day, you know. I don't actually know if I've ever bought anything there. I just know that I spent a lot of time.
First time I went out there, I was like 12 or 13. I bought Pokemon cards out the fucking wazoo. And living in Pittsburgh, it was like an hour and a half away from my house. So it was like exotic. We rarely went there. I rarely go there now, but it's only like 20 minutes from my house where I live now.
Really? Is that close?
Yeah. Yeah, it's that close to me. It's like 20-25 minutes from my house.
Oh, shit. No, because I've been to your house. I thought you were on the other side of Pittsburgh in Ohio, but all right.
Yeah, no, I'm north of Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Yeah, the Ohio border is like, I don't know, 10, 15 miles from there.
All right. But on that though, I lived in Ohio for a while, and I would rather sell myself into fucking slavery than ever fucking go back there, dude. Fuck Ohio.
I said it many times in a public manner. Fuck Ohio. I'm dope in 49 other states.
Yeah.
No, Ohio. I love you. Still. Actually, I've had some dope shows out in Ohio. I can't complain.
I don't know. Maybe it was just because, like, I was at a bad part of my life when I was fucking there. But like, it's like one of those places where everywhere you fucking go, it's like you are in fucking like sheep fucker territory, but everyone thinks that they're gonna be fucking America's next big rapper. And it's like, dude, like you're wearing cowboy, you're covered in cow shit, right?
You are describing Youngstown.
Yeah, everyone likes to point to Youngstown as if it's like the fucking like outlier. No, it's not. The whole fucking state is Youngstown, and then Cleveland and Columbus are a little bit fucking different. But for the most part, that whole fucking state is just bleh.
Not for nothing. Cleveland actually, some parts I'm sure are still pretty rough, but my experience is it's been pretty nice down there. Dayton seems trying to trash you. Me and Dan stayed at a trap house of a hotel in Dayton one night because we did a little open mic at Wiley's Comedy Club. And okay, so we go there and like the fucking glass gets broke. There's crackheads all around. People are getting kicked out. Dan said he saw some guys like running out like they had robbed some place. The chair was broke in the goddamn room. He was mopping the floor with a rag in his foot. There was no toilet paper. The carpet felt like it was wet. It was like used to being wet, but it wasn't wet, if that makes any goddamn sense. Broken chair, but 2 fucking desks so we could choose where we couldn't sit at. Vending machine broken, bulletproof glass. It was miserable experience at that hotel.
Yeah, no, fucking. I would say about Ohio is the embodiment of every Midwest negative stereotype.
If you took a Southern stereotype and stuck it in a Northern territory.
Yeah. So you got all the fucking like what the fuckery without any of the good food or like hospitality.
You got
because like if you go down to fucking like Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, like yeah, they might be assholes about some things, but like they'll give you a bed to sleep in and make sure you're fucking fed before you get on the fucking road. Unlike Ohio, they're just assholes.
In Ohio, they'll just give you fentanyl.
Yeah, dude, fucking heroin's fucking real bad there too, right?
Yeah, you got a lot of guys in Ohio. Northern state have a lot of Southern pride, if you get my drift.
Yeah, dude. No, that's a fucking other weird thing too. You're driving around, and dude, it doesn't fucking make any fucking sense altogether, right? So, like, you're in Ohio, you see a Toyota Tacoma with the South will Rise Again bumper sticker, and it's like, okay, first off, like, oh, I'm sorry, and an America First fucking sticker. And it's like, okay, so first off, let's talk about the fucking rebel flag first. You're on the wrong side of the border for that.
Yeah.
But okay. Secondly, if we're gonna do that and then do the America First thing, why are you driving a Japanese truck, man? Like, what's up, buddy?
Buy American.
Well, I mean, Toyotas are actually built in Mexico, so like that's not in Japan, so that's pretty much being made in America. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those guys blow my mind, man.
And that's fucked up because like that's not even like you can't even call them a redneck because most rednecks aren't that fucking stupid. You know what I mean? And like nothing against fucking rednecks on this, but like that's like a different level of like white trash. Also, nothing against white trash because fucking like I can make some sharp arguments for why I'm not white trash, but then they could all be countered pretty easily. So
I'm pretty heavy on the white trash. If you don't mind, not to change the subject, but
oh yeah, go for it.
It's made me think of something because I was just getting ready to like self-identify as white trash.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about this. I feel like Jewish people have a superpower that's incredibly lame, but they all have. That's the ability to see other people and know if they're Jewish. Hear me out, because as a Gentile, unless you're like Hasidic, I don't know a person's fucking Jewish just by looking at them. But every Jewish person I've seen on stage has said something to the effect, I'm a Jew. Come on. You could tell by looking at me. Like, no none of us knew.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, I don't get the fucking like racism against Jews bit on that. It's like, dude, like if you have to ask somebody what their last name is to decide on whether or not you're gonna hate them or not, like that's pretty asinine.
And then as far as them going, I'm a Jew, look at me. Don't you think Jewish people would have more of an aversion to self-identifying these days?
Fuck, I don't know, man.
It didn't work out well in the past. That was a 80-year-old joke.
Yeah. Well, I mean, kind of and kind of not, because like apparently before World War II, you didn't have Hitler to fucking compare everybody to, like, oh, hey, I don't like this politician, he's literally Hitler. Apparently before that, they would say, oh, I don't like this politician, he's literally the Pharaoh.
Oh, is that okay? Is this a bit?
No, that's a real thing.
That's what they would say?
Yeah.
For thousands of years.
Like instead of like this person is acting like the Nazis, they'd be like, these people are acting like the Pharaoh. So like the enemy of the Jewish people has always been the person you point to say is bad.
That's a fair point. I didn't put two and two together either.
Yeah.
What is this guy? Judas? This guy's literally Judas. This guy's literally Pontius Pilate.
Other fucking weird thing about that. I don't know how we were talking a little bit about religion on fucking your show, but fucking like when Jesus got like tried and like Pontius Pilate was like doing the like judgment, on like, all right, we're gonna do Jesus or Barbarous, for fucking who gets go. So fucking Barbarous, his name was Yahshua. So you had Yahshua Nazarene, Jesus of Nazareth, and Yahshua Barbarous, Jesus of Barbarous. So both those guys' name were Jesus.
Wasn't he going by Yahshua ben Yahshua, Jesus son of God at that
Something
point?
like that. But like, fucking, Jesus of Nazareth is, all the dude's got like 47 names, man. Come on.
The Christ.
Yeah.
That's I hate to be one of those guys that are like, well, actually, blah, 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 blah. But like, I hate when people think that Christ is his last name.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. There was this dude I went to high school with, and his name was Doug Christ. And he was the never-ending butt of a lot of fucking jokes.
He's like, yeah, I'm not that good of a person, but you should meet my uncle. Oh, it's fucking in shop class. The teacher's just giving him shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
like I taught your relatives, and they were pretty goddamn good with their hands. Oh wow, what a world we're living in. What's that?
I said you came out with that joke before you built the Ark.
Yeah.
Although that's a fucking fun one too, if you want to get down that fucking rabbit hole, because like there's a lot of people that think they found the Ark, and it's like this is just a bunch of rotted wood and nails on the top of a mountain in Turkey.
Was that Mount Sinai?
Yeah, but it's not that Mount Sinai. So like that quote unquote Mount Sinai is in Saudi Arabia, but there's another one that's not called that anymore, but used to be called that in Turkey.
Yes.
And it's one of those things where it's like, I mean, yeah, that kind of looks like a boat frame. Don't know what it's doing on the top of a mountain.
You know what convinced me of that? Shout out to Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh, dude, I missed that show so much. Like, I know they brought it back, but it's not the same. It's not the same.
No, Lou Ferrigno or whatever the fuck his name is, God bless his heart, he can do a bit part in any mafia movie, but he's not the host of Unsolved Mysteries.
No, dude, like Robert Stack used to scare the fuck out of me. Like, just his voice. What happens tonight? I can't even get that deep. I
say this all the time. If there was no Robert Stack and Unsolved Mysteries, there's no Inquisitive Minds.
No? Was that one of the bigger inspirations for that?
Oh my God, that's one of the hugest inspirations for it, just because it was like, it covered everything, just like I tried to, like not just paranormal, but like real murders, real mysteries, like dope shit.
Oh, so speaking of that, fucking, now you on Inquisitive Minds, you do have a wide berth of fucking people you have on. And if you don't want to talk about this, we don't want to talk about this, but Dan was telling me that you've been to some exorcisms.
Yeah.
Tell me about that if you want to. If
exorcisms, I don't know. It was like there was a couple things. There was like exercise in a house, but as far as like I don't think I've ever been to a real deal exorcism with like a person.
Oh, so everybody's strapped to a chair while the priest is fucking.
Yeah, no, I haven't been involved in that. But I've done my fair share of stuff. My fair share of like amateur investigations. I'm in no way a professional. I've been involved in a house exorcism. Like I'll run you through what happened. So my aunt was living at this house, and like her son ended up breaking into a locked up basement of an abandoned house next door.
Yeah.
And I only mention that because that's what they feel something got released. But one day they're all downstairs and they hear commotion upstairs. They go up there, everything, dressers, shelves, thrown all across the room, in every room upstairs. So they think someone maybe broke in, robbed, can't find anybody, windows are broken, nothing like that. So they think, what the fuck's going on? They call the police. Police don't find nothing. We end up coming over, me and my wife and some other family end up coming over. We're all outside, like every single one of us is accounted for. All of a sudden we hear the commotion in the fucking downstairs. We go in there, boom, shit's thrown the fuck around. And like, it would have to be a larger man than myself to move the stuff the way it was moved.
Yeah.
So we went in there and we did some, like, we caught some orbs on tape and some EVPs, and we tried to go upstairs. I remember I went upstairs at one point and like something grabbed the back of my hair and pulled down because I had real long hair, and whispered in my ear, get out. And like, I told my wife, I'm getting the fuck out. And then we went and got some holy water and like did some prayers and tried to do so. It was wild. It was wild shit.
So that was like way back in the day. So are you still doing anything like that, or is that kind of like a
the most recent thing I've done was pre-pandemic?
Okay.
And I actually did some investigations with Dan.
Really?
And we had some good results. There was a group of us, there was 5 of us who went to this one cemetery, probably up in like Erie or somewhere. I don't fucking know. But we got the spirit box out and it was talking. And at one point it was like, your wife. And then another voice, it was like a man's voice, and then a lady's voice came on. It was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And at one point I was like, you guys are talking shit. If you don't got nothing to say, I'm going to turn the box off. And a voice came over. It was like, fuck you. And I was like, whoa. And I turned the box off because I got to be a man of my word.
Yeah.
We talked more later, but then we were walking past this like mausoleum type thing. We were trying to get in, but it was locked. This was at night, by the way, mind you, like pitch black. And the one guy's like, "Oh, my back is burning." Like, what? And we go to look, and I put pictures up on my Instagram and Facebook of Inquisitive Minds, but we go and there's like I'll say 24-inch long scratches on the back of this dude's back that are fresh.
Oh, dude, that's always gnarly.
Yeah, like it was fucking wild to see and shit. And like, you kind of see some things out of the corner of your eye, and like, you get feelings and shit. But it's very fascinating.
Yeah, no, and I always kind of like wonder what that shit is, because like you can have like the I guess religious explanation where it's like ghosts or demons or something, but then you could also have the you're just crazy and it's in your mind thing, or you could have the like this is a place where the veil is fucking thin and these are actually something from a different fucking dimension that are interacting with ours, and like there's all these fucking theories, but like there's no like definitive this is what this shit is.
Yeah, I'll be 100% honest. I in no way have the answers. I will say though that I believe in paranormal. I just feel like there's something out there. I've seen stuff, I've dealt with stuff that like I can't prove it to anyone else. It's one of those situations, but I know. But I also know that I don't fucking know shit about fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. I know shit about fuck, but I don't know fuck about fuck. Yeah. I don't know fuck about shit, but I know shit about fuck.
Like I've seen ghosts, but I can't prove to anybody that I've seen ghosts.
Yeah, dude, that's a weird one too, because like you're never gonna be able to prove that until somebody builds a fucking like monitor that can like look, it's here, look, it's doing this, the fucking environment and interacting with it, which isn't gonna fucking happen for a minute.
And if I'm talking to someone like, I don't know, like Ben Shapiro, coming from like an academic perspective and a bit of a dick, he's gonna rip me apart because I have no proof. So it's like, what do you do?
See, no, I think you can get in a fucking entanglement with Ben Shapiro if you ever got the fucking chance, because like on one hand, like he would come at you with a scientific part of it, but on the other end, he's a practicing fucking Jewish guy, so like with that he would also have to admit to the existence of the fucking paranormal, because that comes in that fucking package. Like you can't have religion and then deny the existence of the fucking paranormal, because all religions do have ghosts, demons, spirits, and all that kind of shit.
Absolutely, I fully agree. I think I would spit it on him. I'd be like, Ghostbusters are real, and he'd be like, where does it say that ghosts are real? I'd be like, in the title.
it's in the Torah, dude. Like fucking, let's go get your book real quick.
Yeah, let's go get your book. Let's talk about the spooky shit. What about just any Christians out there that want to argue that are like super Christian but super anti-paranormal? Explain your savior.
Yeah, dude, that's another fucking thing too. Like, now fucking, if their argument is that there isn't anything in the paranormal besides it's all just demons, it's like I'll accept that fucking argument. Like, I don't necessarily believe you, but like, okay, all right, cool. I can see why you fucking think that. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. Yeah. And like people think, there's paranormal thoughts that people have that I don't necessarily agree with or think are real, but I don't want to discount those people.
Yeah, but you got to be careful with that fucking shit too, because like mind reading, that kind of shit, it's like a lot of people think that's bullshit. I kind of think that's bullshit, but like there was a thing that got declassified a couple years ago where the CIA was testing that, and the CIA admits that it's a real thing. So it's like, well, I mean, not that I trust the CIA, but like if it got declassified 50 years after they did it,
I believe stuff like that is real. However, I think the people that can do that in a very good manner, I guess, are single digits. It's a very rare thing.
Few and far between.
And it probably, when you're able to do something like that, it affects you more than people would realize. And I could see those people not wanting to be bothered with it.
Yeah. Yeah, the same thing with like say, ghost spirits, that kind of fucking shit. That is one of those things from the mediums that I've talked to in my own fucking experiences, that that shit is everywhere all the time, but your level of ability to perceive that dictates how much you perceive that. So like there could be like 14 fucking ghosts right behind us fucking having a fucking orgy, and we wouldn't know unless we got some like high level fucking, you know, medium to come in here and be like, you got some spunk on you? You got a little bit of ectoplasm on your face?
You know, I got a tarot card reading, probably 15 years ago or so, that was spot the fuck on and legitimately predicted like the next 8 years of my life.
Really?
Yeah, like to the T. But like
no cryptic fucking slight misinterpretation type shit.
No. Like there was so much stuff that I left that saying, okay, some, you know, like okay, this was right. It's like, oh, no way, no way I'm gonna be incarcerated. Like,
yeah, you're in jail.
Yeah, spot on stuff like that. Like, no way that's gonna happen. But I feel like the same thing. Like people that are very skilled at that type of thing, there might be a little bit more numbered, but there's still a lot of fluff out there.
Yeah, I'm convinced that like most fortune readers, like anybody that does it, maybe not everyone that does it professionally, but I would say my guess is 99% of the people that do that professionally are just really good fucking con artists.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. You know, unless people get exposed to, there's no way to prove it.
Yeah. And I that's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I do believe people can do that, but the ones that I've met that I'm convinced can do that, they're also and maybe this is just my experience, but they're also the kind of people that are like, yeah, dude, let's not talk about that in public. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. It's something absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, that's like a lot of people that have weird sightings of a cryptid or a UFO. They ended up in this weird little community because when they tell normal people are like, yeah, you're fucking crazy.
Yeah. But that's kind of weird too, though. Because you know, like you know, say with the ostracization of, you know, people who have experienced something fucking paranormal, excuse me, especially in the mainstream fucking light. Can you? I have a challenge for you, and it's find someone older than 30 that doesn't have any paranormal experiences, like zero.
Find someone older than 30 that
yeah, like you give them a little bit of fucking like, you know, life fucking, you know, experience time. And then nothing weird, nothing fucking out of the normal, nothing like, I don't know what the fuck that was.
No, that's fair. That's fair, because I can't think of anybody.
Because like it's weird because like fucking if you go out and talk about how ghosts are real, you're a fucking wacko. However, everyone has either seen or knows someone who has seen a ghost.
Well, the thing is, ghosts are acceptable only at certain times. Like if you say you saw a dead relative around the time they died and you're grieving, people will let that go. They're like, oh yeah, I'm sure you did. She's probably watching over you. But if you like wake up on a Tuesday and you're like, man, there's been a Civil War soldier in my kitchen for 3 fucking weeks now, just marching back and forth, people are gonna be like, yo, check his meds.
Fucking I was a little kid when this happened. I was like fucking like 10 or 11. But it was a New Year's Eve party. It was at my grandparents' house, and my great grandma went to bed at like fucking like 8 or 9. She was living with my, you know, grandma at the time, but she's like fucking 90 years old or some shit. But you know, she went to bed at like 8 or 9 because, you know, she's old. We all took a picture at fucking midnight, and she's in that picture, right? But the next morning, fucking, we go to wake her up. She's dead, died in her sleep. Paramedics said that she probably died at like 10 o'clock the night before. And like no one else saw her after she went to bed. So like, why the fuck is she in the picture?
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty fucking creepy and compelling at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's like, once you've had the experience, there's no one to convince you that you didn't.
Yeah.
Like even if it was a hallucination and you don't realize it, that's what you fucking saw.
Yeah. Which goes back to like, it might be you're crazy. It might be fucking real. Like we can't prove it one way or the fucking other unless, you know, fucking like it's a repeated fucking a thing. And like we do the brain scans to say that fucking your fucking mind isn't working the right way. Your chemicals in your fucking dome are fucking misaligned. But like,
oh man, I was going to try and get out of this a little bit, but here we go. Well, what about the thoughts of, you know, different dimensions and if our third eye was really open, we'd be able to see the dimensions and more shit around us.
Well, there's two schools of thought on that. One of them is fucking. I don't know if you follow what is it, like I fucking love science.com. But you know they link out to a lot of good articles, and there are like mainstream scientists saying that, yeah, dude, listen, this isn't the only fucking dimension. There are more out there. We haven't tapped into them, but they're out there. But if they're admitting that they're out there, that means that there's just like a little bit of fucking validation for all the fucking other fucking theories about fucking, you know.
Now, my question is, how do they know? What have they seen that makes them say that publicly?
Now that I don't know. But one of the other fucking things though too that like is a theory about ghosts, right? So and this is like one of the more scientific ways to fucking look at it. Like this would be like residual hauntings, not like intelligent shit. But the time-space continuum, you know, it flows like in a wave, right? But if the wave gets too compressed, you know, like the different crests will, you know, kind of like overlap or like bounce together. So a lot of residual hauntings isn't because that energy is like stuck in the room or whatever, but the time-space continuum is bouncing up against itself. Like the waves of it are hitting when they shouldn't be fucking hitting, and you're just like glimpsing into the past. So it's more of a time travel thing and less of an energy thing.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Like it's so I don't know when, and it's probably never going to be in my lifetime, but I would love to find out or see when they finally discover the answers.
And then there was part two of what I was going to say. And if you watch Futurama, this was addressed in that. There's only two dimensions. There's this one and the cowboy one, and that's it.
I was innocent in all this, and I still feel like I walked into that. Oh, wow. You know, I do think it's fun to think about infinite, parallel universes from time to time.
Yeah.
Now, as a human, I can't fully wrap my brain around what infinite means. However, I just like to think about like the goofy ones. Like, oh, there's a pirate John somewhere. There's a cowboy John somewhere. Like how Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's a very fit John somewhere. There's a dead John. There's a John that's a hooker somewhere.
Well, the thing is, though, is like that doesn't. You don't even need alternate dimensions for that, because of how large the cosmos is. That's inevitable on a physical fucking level. Because think about it like this, right? We live our universe, right? We had a Big Bang, and it fucking expanded from there, right? But just because this is our universe where the Big Bang happened, it doesn't mean that like over there a Big Bang also didn't fucking happen, and over there 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 too. Like we're just in our understanding of our little bubble of the fucking universe. That doesn't mean there aren't other universes outside of the fucking thing, because it's like, what's beyond the universe? Like if the universe is infinite, there's other shit out there. Like we'll never be able to fucking get to it or even communicate with it. Ever.
There is a Tripp that has published working on 9 volumes of hardcore erotica.
You haven't read my books, have you?
Not fully.
Yeah, that's why you said that. There's a lot of very fucking graphic sex scenes in there.
Man, I feel like I got egg on my face now.
Don't worry, it happens.
Well,
there's a scene in fucking.
I never claimed to be a fucking librarian, listeners.
No, there's a scene in the fucking first book actually where dude's having a fucking fight with his girlfriend and they're both drunk as shit, and they do that thing where it's like, I'm drunk, fuck you. I'm drunk, fuck you. Oh yeah, fuck me. Well, fuck you. And they go upstairs to like bang, and she's giving him a blowjob, and he like grabs the back of her head and pulls her in too tight, and then she pukes on his dick. So he pukes on her face. So then she pukes on his balls. So then he pukes on her boobs. And they're just like both lying on the ground, puking uncontrollably, like accidentally kicking each other in the fucking chest. And then it's like the rest of that chapter is like a scene out of a Vietnam movie where like somebody's got somebody by the shoulder, just like trying to drag him to safety, so they don't get killed by the Viet Cong, except for it's, these two lovers that just like puke all over each other, trying to get to each other to the fucking shower, but they can't get there because of how fucking violently they're fucking vomiting on each other.
Here's my last defense to all this, by the way. Even though I may have not read everything, I buy the product.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah. I got a few books here from people that I've either bought or have sent me that I haven't fully read yet.
Dude, I'm really bad about that too. I got a stack of them.
Well, I'll be honest. You know, my days are so full. I try and work 12 hours a day driving.
Yeah.
That doesn't leave much time for reading. I try and hit a mic or write down some comedy at some point throughout the goddamn day.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
recording.
how many mics do you hit a week?
I'm gonna try and be able to hit like 6, maybe. There's not a lot going on in Pittsburgh at the
Well,
moment.
still though, that's a lot of work. If you're trying to hit 6 mics a fucking week, that's like taking Sunday off.
Well, well, that's it. It takes time out of the day. Well, on top of that, too, I have shows now. Like most weekends.
Yeah.
Usually 2 nights I'm either at a show, which if it's a local show takes 3-4 hours out of the day.
Yeah, because like you gotta get ready to go. You gotta get there. You have to like hang out there before you go on fucking stage. Then you got to do your shit. Then you probably want to hang out a little bit afterwards.
Yep. And then on top of that, I've been traveling a whole lot more. Like next week, I got a show on Saturday here in Aliquippa, but on Sunday, I'm back in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Yeah, and that's something like Dan will tell me shit about, and then like fucking, I'm like, dude, I couldn't fucking do that. I'm not gonna drive fucking 8 hours for fucking $50 at a fucking bar, man. Like,
I did like I think I did 6 states last month.
What, dude? That's a fucking grind, man.
You know, so it's like, and this just all this sounds braggadocious, but it's all getting to the point is I don't have a lot of time to sit down and read.
Yeah, well, no, I was trying to say that's some fucking like extreme fucking work ethic, and like I got to give you props for that shit because like I wouldn't do that.
On top of randomly recording a bunch of podcasts all the time.
Yeah,
like because now I'm ready to drop and record whenever, and then you know, I record with Dan whenever. It's just like I'm sleeping during the day. Sometimes I struggle to find time to do fucking laundry.
Yeah, laundry is a bitch. Washing it's not that bad, but like, you know, folding it and like putting it where it's supposed to go.
That's the thing I hate. Like I hate the fucking laundromat more than anything because I feel like it's a waste of my goddamn time and I hate being there. And at this point, I keep cleaning my house and I live by myself and I don't understand how it keeps getting dirty. And I keep telling myself to do better. I'm at the point where I'm ready to hire like a maid to come in like twice a week.
Well, I mean, dude, if you can afford that, man, fucking props. Actually, I don't know how much maids are, so like, I don't know if that
can't be that much.
Yeah, like I don't know if that's like a $500 a week thing or a $50 a month thing.
Yeah, like come in twice a week for like 3 hours each time, clean the fucking place up, and after the first visit, it's going to be on cruise control.
Yeah,
you know, so it can't be. You know, maybe $75 a week. I don't know. I don't know what maids charge.
I'm gonna have to Google that because now I'm interested.
Hey, maids, what do you charge people? I want to say people because I don't think just women are maids these days. I think everybody's doing it.
I mean, fucking maybe. I don't know.
That was my attempt to be extremely PC. Yeah. I think I lost your video.
So what?
I think I lost your video here.
So I can hear you, but like your visual is kind of blotchy.
I see you now.
Okay, are we back? I think we're back.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, see, the other thing too, though, is like fucking, you don't want to Arnold Schwarzenegger that shit. Like, get some fucking maid to come in and fucking clean your shit. Fucking 12 years later, you got a fucking illegitimate kid. Fucking.
They ain't got to worry about that with me, man. I don't want what they're fucking selling.
Clean house. That's what they're selling. And
no, man, not if we're taking the Arnold Schwarzenegger route.
No, well, I mean, he's got the money for it though, so.
He does, man. His little son looks just like him.
Yeah, they all do. And dude, that's a fucking thing. I follow, what was it, Catherine Schwarzenegger, like his daughter on fucking Instagram, because like she's hot half the time, and the other half the time she's smiling, and it's like, no, you got your dad's teeth, man. Like,
by the way, have you seen that Barron Trump, the 15-year-old, is 6'7"?
Good for him. No,
holy shit.
Yeah, no, that's good. Well, I mean, Trump's tall too. Fucking,
he's 6'3".
Yeah, that's tall.
Yeah, no, that's tall, but 6'7". It's like, oh wow, that's out of nowhere.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know how tall fucking his mom is, but like she looks like she's tall.
She's 5'10", I believe.
Yeah, because like if you put Trump and Melania, is that what her name is?
I believe it is.
You put them next together, like they could be fucking like any size because they're about the fucking same whatever. It's not like, you know, he's 2 feet taller than whatever. That's another fucking thing. Like when he was getting elected, everybody was making like small dick jokes, and it's like that dude's 6'3". Like it'd be really, really fucking weird if he had a small dick. Like I'm not trying to get like too far down that rabbit hole, but like I don't know if that one's exactly fucking justified. Like then again, like I haven't banged like a whole bunch of dudes, so I don't fucking know. But I've been in enough fucking showers to fucking know that like relative size might be a thing. Like fucking like if you're 8 foot tall and your dick looks like it's fucking this big, that's still fucking 2 feet. Like, you know, when you adjust for fucking inflation.
My thoughts on Trump's penis is I don't think it's small by nature necessarily. However, if it was, you know, he had a surgery to lengthen it many years ago.
Yeah. That and like fucking what the whole Stormy Daniels thing, like fucking like I didn't know who the fuck she was, and
I didn't know.
Well, dude, no, like I watched a lot of porn, and I didn't know who the fuck she was, so like take that how the fuck you will. So I had to go Google her. She's got weird tits.
Yeah, but I could see an old dude like him being really into that. Like, oh, she's got the biggest tits, man.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I don't get that. Like fucking.
I mean, she's not for me. I guess is the way I'll put it.
Well, I mean, to change the subject slightly, but not really. What is it? You ever seen that movie, The Wrestler, with Mickey Rourke?
Yes, dope movie.
Yeah. But Marissa Tomei's fucking like naked in it for like half the fucking movie because she plays a stripper in it. And I was watching that with my dad, and my dad's like, "Hey, all right." I'm like, "Dude, she's like, this is like 50-year-old tits, man. What's up?" And my dad's like, "Well, I'm 50, so I like 50-year-old tits." I was like, "Okay, all right, yeah, I guess that checks out." And that's yeah, but like I watched that with him like right when it came out, so I was like 23, and I was like, "Ew, old boobs." And then now I'm like, "Oh, old boobs."
Yeah, no.
see, unlike milk, the receptacle from which it comes does age like fine wine.
Oh man. Okay. Wow.
Like, listen, I don't want to see Dolly Parton's tits because like she seems wholesome, and I think it would degrade her image if we saw them. However, as a man and for science, I kind of want to see them, and I wouldn't be surprised if she like pulled off her brassiere and they slapped her kneecaps.
I have always been a man of science, and I am all for scientific investigation.
Yes. Although, my perfect woman in my head, her boobs do touch her knees, like they're like a baseball inside of like an extra large tube sock, and I would wrap them around my head like a turban and have her call me the Sultan.
Well, Tripp, I'm going to be honest here. I have to head out here pretty soon, and I got to hit the restroom.
All right, sounds good, man.
Thank you so much for having me on, man. I really appreciate it.
Dude, no, absolutely fucking hold on. Yeah, thanks for coming on. And before you bounce out, can you tell the people where they might find you?
Yeah, you can check me out on all the social medias, you know, Facebook and Instagram, really. Panda Smith 827 at Facebook. I'm Johnny Smith. You can see the business page or friend request me. I'm approachable. You know, you check out the podcast, Inquisitive Minds. It's spelled a little bit differently. INQUIZ ATIVE Minds, but I'm available on all streaming platforms and YouTube. And then Murderous States of Mind. Same with that, with my co-host, Dan Brady. Check those out. Check me out at the show sometimes, guys.
All right. Fucking well, thank you for coming on. And everyone else at home, catch you around.
Peace.